Yes, hello, good afternoon, welcome to Wembley. We are now just hours away from Fight Night. The Magnificent Seven return at the OVO Wembley, live on TNT Sports. And I've got a Magnificent Two here with me. I'm going to try and get this right. These are the Fail twins, right? Unbeaten super welterweights. Now, can I get it right? Who's who? I'm gonna say Ben Fail, Carl Fail. Tell me I'm right.
No. You're wrong.
Boys, please. I thought I had it sussed earlier.
Yeah, you had it right, you got it right.
Good. How are we, gentlemen? Both of you. Give me something. How are we?
Very good, very good. Excited for the show.
Mm-hmm. Carl, when you, I saw you actually at the launch press conference as well. You were around it all. It's an exciting show, isn't it?
It's a really exciting show. I think every fight is good enough to be top of the bill. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. One of the fights I'm really looking forward to is Sean Noakes versus Rennie. Yes. I think that's a blinding fight. But yeah, like I said, I think every fight is top of the bill worthy.
And Sean Noakes against Rennie, that's the English welterweight championship, by the way. Perhaps a fight that's almost going under the radar here, but it is a bit of a belter. And you've spent a bit of time with Matthew Rennie, is that right?
Yes, I was on the England team. I think we went to the European Championships maybe back in 2015 together. He's a good fighter. He's a switch hitter, good fighter. I think Sean has got his hands full, but I think he comes through this, and I think some big titles are on the horizon for him.
I love that. Just as you were talking, Sean Noakes just went behind the camera and went, "Hi guys," for some reason. I guess he's trying to put us off. Didn't put you off though. You're a pro, Carl. And Ben, I mean, this main event, Denzel Bentley, Brad Pauls, Denzel Bentley, you're in the same gym, you're sparring him, you know him well, you've seen the ups, you've seen the downs. Yep. What are you thinking about this fight?
It's a good fight. Obviously, we both lads we know, Pauls and Bentley. Pauls was actually one of the first pros we sparred when we both turned pro. So we know Pauls very well. We know obviously Bentley, been sparring him for 10 plus years, probably done thousands of rounds with him in the same gym, like you said. Listen, this is one of the best fights in British boxing for the two biggest titles, in my opinion. Obviously, Bentley being out of my gym, sparring hundreds of rounds with Bentley, I've got Bentley to win. I don't know what the majority of people do, but I have Bentley to win. I think he is gone up levels and levels this year. Seeing him the way he's sparring and his attitude since the last loss, he's a different animal.
And you've sparred both as well, Carl, or?
Yeah. So we've done loads of rounds with both. Mm-hmm. I think they're both solid fighters, both solid middleweights. Both got power in both hands, so it's guaranteed excitement.
Tell me a little bit about Denzel in particular, because right now he seems to be firing on all cylinders. After coming off, the defeat against Nathan Heaney, he's got two back-to-back 2-round knockout demolition jobs. He seems to be top of his game right now. Are you seeing that in the gym?
Yeah. Probably 6 months ago, I pulled Martin to the side. Because I don't like saying it to Bendy too much, but I pulled mine to the side and I said, "What have you done with him? What are you feeding him?" Because he's looking, like I said, levels and levels above to what he was the year before, and I think he showed that in his last two performances. But I'm very excited for this fight, and I'm excited for the future for Bentley, because what I'm seeing in the gym is world level.
And are you seeing that as well? And also tell me this, Carl, because that loss to Nathan Heaney for Denzel Bentley, where he lost his British title, it was heartbreaking. It was one that perhaps people couldn't really see coming. He was a big favourite heading into that fight, but he came unstuck. It must have been heartbreaking seeing him around the gym. He can't have been the same after that.
Well, you say that, he come back probably almost more hungry. And it was funny because at that time I remember people talking about him retiring and him saying that he's coming to the end of his rope, and he was in the gym and he was laughing at it. And it's, to look back now, it is laughable because he's took that as almost motivation. And you can sort of see that now, the way he's training, the way he's fighting, his attitude is amazing, to be honest. He's in our gym and he's almost like he's the top dog in the gym.
He's like the leader, isn't he?
He's the leader, yeah, and he's showing us the way.
He's the big brother in Peacocks. When he's in the gym, the atmosphere everything is around Bendy. He's like a big brother to everyone there, and everyone looks up to him. Obviously, he's fought for a world title. He's won the British title numerous of times. He's topping bills like this. He's where we all want to get to. So to have him in the gym, have him sparring him, just being around all the boys, it's motivation for all of us. So to have that around us is next level.
But this opponent, this Brad Pauls, this British champion, this man who beat Nathan Heaney, stopped Nathan Heaney, who'd beaten Denzel Bentley, he's coming to fight. He's made history for Cornwall already, can do even more so on Saturday night. So it means a lot to him.
Well, I think Brad Pauls coming from small hall shows, this is probably his world title fight. This is as good as a world title fight for him. He's coming from selling tickets, making probably no money, to headlining a massive show with Frank Warren Queensbury. So for him now, this is do or die, and I think he's going to get in that ring with the same attitude. I think Denzel knows that, and I think Brad knows that. For them two both, it's all good everyone talking about world title fights on the horizon, but for these two right now, this is their do or die fight. They both have to win this fight.
100%, and there's also, look, there's several fights where the fighters have to win. Of course, boxing is a game of snakes and ladders. I've got two guys here very much about to climb ladders. 18-0 between you. For those just joining, these are the Fale twins. This is Ben Fale, 8-0. This is Carl Fale, 10-0, and they're coming for everything. It's all going to start next year. Give us a little update really on your career, where you are, Ben. How are you feeling about yourself right now?
Yeah, I boxed 2 weeks ago on the Deborah Dinner show. It's a charity event, as you know. It was an honour to be on the show. They raised over £200,000, so that was great. Had another good 8 round. I've had 2 back-to-back 8 rounds, so good experience, 2 good learning fights. And I think it's a perfect setup for next year to grab a title early next year. Whatever title that is, I'll wait for my management and Frank to sort it out, but whatever comes next year, I'll be ready for it.
It's all coming for you next year as well, Carl.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 10-0 now. I've had an injury that set me back the last year, but I've been lucky enough to have Ben around me. So when he's been fighting, I've been in camp, I've been around the boys, I've been training still. I've been staying focused. Although I haven't been able to fight, I've still been in the gym, I've still been learning. So for me now, it's just about getting fit, getting fighting fit, getting back in the ring. And look, Ben wants me to have an easy fight to come back.
I think after a year out, coming back after a long time out with the injuries he's had, I think it's important that he comes back, has not an easy fight, but I don't know about jumping straight into a 10 round. I think he just needs to get the feeling back, to learn everything, and then come. He's ready for a title, and that's not what I'm saying. He could go win any title he wants next, but I just think people around him, I think we want him to have a nice 6-8 rounder, 10 rounder, whatever it is, but a warm-up fight and then jump in for a title.
Well, for me personally,
you want to jump in, didn't you?
I want to get in. I think if I'm not good enough now, I don't think I ever will be. So look, I've been around the boys. It's about me getting back in the gym. At the end of the day, I will leave it to my team to make that decision, but me personally, I'm ready to go in there and prove I'm the best.
I love it. I love the attitude from both of you. So many great fights on this bill tomorrow night, by the way. One that's caught my eye in particular because I love the heavyweights. I love the look of David Adeleye and Sol Dacres. Sol Dacres defending his English title and unbeaten record against David Adeleye. What are you thinking, Cole?
Well, I was on Team GB with Solomon for about 4 years, so I know him pretty well. I know he's a high-level operator, very good boxer. And I think his last couple of fights with Michael Webster have gone under the radar a bit, because Michael Webster's a lot better fighter than I think people are giving him credit for. And I think because he gave Solomon a tough fight, I think, and he's not on a big name, a big card, he sort of got overlooked. But like I said, I think Solomon's a good fighter. I think David Adeleye, in his own right, is a big puncher, a very good fighter as well. I think he's a boxer versus puncher, and I think it's a great fight, and it's one I'm really looking forward to.
And also, staying in the heavyweight division, we've got the heavyweight debut of a man we just spoke to off camera, the Source, Lawrence Okoli. He's been at cruiserweight, been at bridgerweight. He's a big old boy, heavyweight debut.
One aura that man has about him, don't he? He's got something about him where you need to carry on talking to him. But yeah, he's looking big, he's looking mean. He come in mean in business. I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs at heavyweight. I think we're going to see a different Okoli. And I think the guy he's got in front of him is very up for it. And I think he believes that he can beat Okoli. So I'm interested in this fight. I'm looking forward to seeing how Okoli performs.
Speaking of guys that are up for it, I'll tell you who's definitely up for it after watching his interviews, after interviewing him myself. Ryan Walsh really fancies this job against Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes, unbeaten in 15 fights. He's running through everyone, nearly ran through in front of the camera just there, Sam. But he's running through everyone. Ryan Walsh, no one runs through him though. What are you thinking on this?
Look, I think I love Walsh's attitude. I love his mentality. I love the way he thinks. He's saying he'll die in that ring. He doesn't want the ref to jump in. And I think as a fighter, I know everyone worries about that, but as a fighter, I respect it. I admire it. I think that's how the mentality you should have. Look, we all know what Sam can do. He's a big puncher. He's very dangerous. He's a hard hitter. He's calculated as well, which you don't see all the time from big punchers like that. So look, it's a good fight. I think if there's a camera there.
Whoa, Big D, look. I thought we was going to have a scrap there.
The heavyweights in it. The heavyweights do what they want.
If he does that again, you watch out, Big D.
But yeah, look, it's a real exciting fight, and I don't think Walsh is worried.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Look how chilled and relaxed.
Here he is, the man of the moment.
The cramp triplet.
Are you meant to be making weight? He's made it. He's cool. How about that? You don't see that very often. He must be so comfortable at 160 pounds. He
puts the work in. He puts the work in. When you put the work in and you put the sacrifices in and make the dedication, that's what you look like. And you can see the confidence who's out of him. You can see how he feels. You see how he looks. And that's what we see from Bentley.
And just to bring the conversation back to what we were talking about, Ryan Walsh and Sam Noakes. Ryan Walsh has got a kind of aura and an energy that you're a big fan of.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about Sam Noakes, because he is looking the part right now. Unbeaten British, Commonwealth, European champion, hasn't put a foot wrong. He's
done everything asked of him. Obviously going from his big knockout streak, everyone was thinking how he'd do the rounds. He showed everyone how to do the rounds. He'd done 12 rounds so comfortable. Like Carl said, he's very, very calculated. I think people put him down as such a big puncher, they forget about his ring craft, his boxing ability, and he's got it all. So again, you have a very fired up Ryan Walsh in front of him. So this is going to be a cracker.
It certainly will, and I'm not sure who joined us in front of camera there, but more than welcome to do so. Tell me a little bit about Adeleye Jr. He is also on a bit of a rampage. In fact, we're not going to talk about him because we're very, very shortly we're going to see him on the scale. So we're now going to head over to our MC for this weigh-in process, Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for the Magnificent 7 London, a great night of championship boxing to be held tomorrow at the Oval Arena, Wembley, London. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Rion Season, 32 Red, and Unibet. A big thanks to those great sponsors. It will be shown live in the UK on TNT Sports and also in the United States on DAZN. If you can join us at the arena, tickets can be purchased through AXS.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Magnificent 7 concept was created by International Boxing Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren, and it always delivers a stacked card of championship fights you do not want to miss. Well, let's now get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters will be competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round super featherweight contest. First, we will welcome, coming to us from Paraná, Brazil. He brings a professional record consisting of 6 wins, 16 defeats. 5 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Juntas de Oliveira.
Well, it's fight number 23 for the 28-year-old from Brazil, Jonatas de Oliveira. We'll be taking on Billy Boom Boom Adams tomorrow evening at the OVO Arena.
It's in shape.
131.3 for Juntas de Oliveira. Now we will welcome to the scale from Upminster, London, England. He is undefeated with 4 victories after a stellar amateur career. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Billy Boom Boom Adams. Adams.
Well, here comes the unbeaten Billy Boom Boom Adams, 21 years old from Dagenham. Good fighter. I don't know how much you fellas have seen of him. Good fighter.
We actually was on the same undercard in Bentley last time.
132.5 for the undefeated Billy Boom Boom Adams.
Yeah, very good amateur, Billy Adams. You've shared an undercard with him. I'm sure you've seen him around as well. He's a good fighter, good reputation.
Very good boxer, very nice boxer. Again, disciplined, puts the work in. I'm looking forward to this fight.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round super featherweight contest.
This Brazilian looks a bit mean. Looks like he's up for it.
He is a bit mean. I think we've seen him over in these shores before. He's boxed Royston Barney Smith. He had a certain sternness and meanness about him. That was back in May. He's boxed Stephen Cairns as well. Stephen Cairns was able to stop him. But he's a tough Brazilian who'll come to fight.
Our next two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round contest. We will welcome first from Penzance, England. He is a veteran of 21 professional bouts. Here is Dylan Courtney.
Well, Dylan Courtney also representing Cornwall. It's not just Brad Pauls representing Cornwall tomorrow evening. Dylan Courtney is also doing just that.
177.9 for Dylan Courtney. Now to the scale from Royston. He had a stellar amateur career. Now tomorrow, making his professional boxing debut. Let's welcome gorgeous George Crotty.
Well, here comes George Crotty, a long-awaited professional debut. I wasn't aware that his nickname was Gorgeous, but hey, fair play to him.
Yeah, very good fighter. I've shared the ring with him quite a lot of rounds myself. Good southpaw, all good southpaw, throws a lot of punches, uses his angles really well. Good fight.
176.8 for gorgeous George Crotty.
Also doubles up as a Royal Marine as well. So he's a busy man. It's George Crotty, Team GB, and Royal Marine.
Yeah, well, like Carl said, we've done a lot
Once
of rounds.
again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round contest.
Yeah, we've done a lot of rounds with him, and yeah, he's going to be a good fight. George is a very, very good talent.
Very decorated amateur. He's done a lot of sparring, obviously, with you boys as well. I've seen him spar Chris Billum-Smith, Jimmy Sains. 2020, he was GB Boxer of the Year. He's done it all as an amateur, and now the professional career begins.
Our next two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international super lightweight contest. First, we will welcome to the scale, coming to us from Las Piedras, Uruguay. He brings a professional record of 6 wins, 2 defeats. 3 of those 6 wins come by way of knockout. Here is Jose Edgardo Perdomo.
Well, Jose Perdomo will be the opposition for Pierce Big Bang O'Leary. Stepped in at late notice for tomorrow night's big show.
146.5 for Jose Edgardo Perdomo. And now we welcome to the scale from Dublin, Ireland, undefeated with 15 wins. 8 of those 15 wins come by way of knockout. He is the current WBC International Super Lightweight Champion, Pierce Big Bang O'Leary.
Well, here is the man who is seen by many now as a future flag bearer for Irish boxing, unbeaten super lightweight Pierce Big Bang O'Leary.
He's in some serious shape, isn't he?
145.9 for the undefeated Pierce Big Bang O'Leary.
And they've had an absolute nightmare trying to get an opponent over the line. We've had various opponents pull out with broken backs and all sorts. I guess for him, he's just got to keep focused and make sure he gets the job done.
I think, can you blame him?
Yeah, this guy's got a big task in front of him, but Yeah.
Well, he is mandatory for the EBU European Super Lightweight Championship. He'll be fighting for that title next year. That was the title vacated by Adam Azim. And if you ask Pierce O'Leary, he thinks he's number one out of all of these guys.
I can imagine, yeah.
Why not?
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international super lightweight contest.
When we talk about aura, there is a bit of an aura about Pierce O'Leary. Frank Warren calls him Clark Kent and Superman. When the glasses are on, he looks like Clark Kent, but look right now, the glasses are most certainly off.
He's got a serious stare about him, isn't he? He means business.
He's a serious guy, the Dubliner. Looking forward to seeing the return of Pierce Big Bang O'Leary tomorrow evening.
Our next two fighters to the scale, competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round international featherweight contest. First, we will welcome to the scale, coming to us from Tumaco, Colombia. He brings a professional record of 12 wins, 2 defeats, 3 wins, come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Andres Navarrete.
Well, Andres Navarrete will be the opponent for Royston Barney Smith tomorrow evening on TNT Sports. Let's see how he looks.
132.6 for Andres Navarrete. Now to the scale from Southampton, Hampshire, England, a stellar amateur, now undefeated as a professional with 12 wins, 6 of those 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Let's welcome the current WBO Youth Featherweight Champion, Royston Barney Smith.
Well, Royston Barney Smith in a huge rush to get on and off the scales.
132.6 for Sugar Boy Royston Barney Smith.
Very much one of the most talented prospects coming through in this country right now, boys.
Yeah, he's another lad. I've shared probably 5 undercards with him. I think, isn't this his third Colombian he's boxed? He's trying to go through the whole of Colombia. But,
all of South America.
Yeah, all of South America, but I bet it's hard to match
Once
him up
again,
as well.
ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a 8-round featherweight contest.
Well, it's fight number 13 for the 20-year-old from Southampton. Back in the arena that he made his professional debuts, gone straight in for the handshake there. Very talented fighter out of that same gym, the same stable. Alois Jr., Moses Italma, so many great fighters in that gym. And he may well end up being the pick of the bunch if he can fulfill his potential. Very talented fighter there, and Royston Barney Smith turns 21 in January. Let's see how he looks on Saturday night.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest for the English Welterweight Championship. First, we will welcome the challenger, fighting out of Liverpool, England, and proudly representing Douglas, Isle of Man. He is undefeated with 14 wins, 1 draw, 1 win by knockout. Here is Matthew Magic Rennie.
Well, Matthew Rennie is the man from the Isle of Man, looking to make history for the Isle of Man and become their first English champion.
146.4 for Matthew Magic Rennie. Now we welcome to the scale the defending champion from Maidstone, Kent, England, undefeated with 8 wins. 4 of those 8 wins come by way of knockout. Let's welcome tomorrow night the reigning and defending English champion, Sean the Nightmare Noakes.
Well, that would have sounded very good to Sean Noakes. First time he's been introduced as a reigning and defending English champion.
146.6 for the defending champion, Sean the Nightmare Noakes.
Well, both fighters make weight. We've got a fight, gentlemen.
And it's a fight I'm really looking forward to, and I think it's one that could steal the show.
Both men look ready.
English welterweight championship on the line. tomorrow evening. One of our magnificent 7 bouts. First defence for Sean Noakes, who won that title against actually one of your gym mates in Indabassi. That must have been bittersweet for you that night.
Ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest for the English welterweight championship.
But he was good that night against Indabassi. You guys you would have seen that.
Yeah, we was there. He turned up. Inda didn't really turn up that day, and it was Sean's night. So yeah, it was a good fight for Sean.
Bit of a height difference there between the two, but very respectful. They get a handshake. That is Sean Noakes and Matthew Magic Rennie tomorrow evening live on TNT Sports, the English welterweight championship.
Our next two fighters to the scale competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for both the WBA Continental and Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight Championships. First, we will welcome from right here, London, England, his professional record, 6 wins with 1 defeat. Here is the reigning and defending Commonwealth Silver Champion, known as the Mighty Oak, Lewis Oakford. $198.9 for the Mighty Oak, Lewis Oakford.
Well, the Commonwealth Silver Champion makes weight.
Now to the scale from Penge, London, England. His professional record, 8 wins, just 1 defeat. 7 of those 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBA Continental Champion, Adeleye, the Animal Jr.
Well, here is the big puncher from Penge. Look at the shape of him. Let's see what the scales say.
$199.2 for Adeleye, the Animal Jr.
He's in some shape, isn't he, Adeleye Jr.?
His biceps are like the size of my head. Well, there's a big weight difference there, isn't there?
What was the weight difference there? Both made the cruiserweight limit.
I think Oakwood was quite under though. Was he not?
The build-up has been very tasty.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest for both the WBA Continental and Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight Championships.
Lewis Oakford has been saying he will tame the animal. Adeleye Jr. has been saying he will chop down the Mighty Oak. One of them is going to be right, one of them is going to be wrong. We will find out tomorrow evening live on TNT Sports. A brilliant fight. And looking at this face-off, I'm looking forward to this.
They both mean business. It's a do-or-die fight for both of them. One coming from the small hall and one coming from Queensbury, so it's exciting for sure.
What do you do in these face-offs? Do you try and make sure that you don't look away first, or how do you find it?
It doesn't really matter. It depends how you're up for the fight, but these two were obviously very, very into this fight, and they both want it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night the big boys of boxing will be in action. These two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest for the English Heavyweight Championship. We will first welcome to the scale the challenger from West London, England. His professional record, 12 wins, just 1 defeat. 11 of those 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBO European champion, Big D, David Adeleye.
Well, Big D is back. Fight number 14 for the charismatic heavyweight from Ladbroke Grove.
Dangerous fighter. Very dangerous fighter.
235.7 for Big D, David Adeleye. Now we will welcome to the scale the defending champion from Birmingham, England. He is undefeated with 9 wins. 3 of those 9 wins coming by way of knockout. knockout, here is the reigning and defending English champion, Solomon, the Real Deal Dakers.
Well, it'll be fight number 10 for the man they call the Real Deal, Solomon Dakers, making the defence of his crown against David Adeleye.
237.6 for Solomon, the Real Deal Dakers.
Slightly the heavier man, and he's slightly heavier, Sol Dakers, than what he was against Michael Webster when he stopped Michael Webster back in July in their rematch. David Adeleye now on the stage. I am excited for this one.
You can see how excited David Adeleye is. He's jumping up and down. He
can't control himself.
He's absolutely buzzing, isn't he?
These two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the English Heavyweight Championship.
Well, the build-up's been going on for almost a year now. There's been a kind of will they, won't they, but they certainly will tomorrow evening. David Adeleye, Sol Dakers. It's David Adelaye's first fight since his fight with Fabio Wardley. He's changed his team up, bit of soul-searching perhaps, and that soul-searching has led to Sol Dakers. The man in front of him is the unbeaten English champion, and I'm not sure who's going to look away first here.
This might be a security job.
Oh, fair enough.
There you go. Brilliant fight for the English Heavyweight Championship tomorrow evening. Sol Dakers defending against David Adeleye in a brilliant heavyweight division.
Another heavyweight contest for you tomorrow night as well. These next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship. First, we will welcome to the scale, coming to us from Cologne, Germany. He brings a professional record of 18 wins, just one defeat, 14 of those 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Hussein Muhammad.
Well, here comes Hussein Muhammad. His team are situated just behind where our mics are, which is why you heard quite the ovation there. He's been talking the talk. Let's see if he can walk the walk.
261.2 for Hussein Muhammad.
261.2 for Hussein Muhammad, the heaviest man Okolie has faced.
Now we welcome to the scale from Hackney, London, England, a 2016 Olympian, now with a professional record of 20 wins, just one defeat, 15 of those 20 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former two-weight world champion, Lawrence "The Sauce" Okolie.
The quest to become a three-weight world champion begins on Saturday.
260.8 for Lawrence "The Sauce" Okolie.
Well, 260.8 for Lawrence Okolie. What are we thinking weight-wise? Obviously, he's been making cruiserweight and then bridgeweight. We've never seen 260 Lawrence Okolie before.
That is a career heaviest. He is looking a big boy right now. Like I said, I'd like to see how he performs under this tomorrow.
Well, just to give a bit of a comparison there, Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk was 262 pounds.
Tomorrow in a 10-round contest, it will be for the vacant WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship.
Daniel Dubois against Anthony Joshua was 248. Joshua was 252 that night. Lawrence Okolie has come in at 260.8. And he is sizing up his opponent here, Hussein Muhammad. Both have talked a good game. Hussein Muhammad has warned Lawrence Okolie, just don't hug me. Okolie says he will be knocking out Hussein Muhammad within 4 rounds. It'll be a big statement, and this is a thrilling fight.
Muhammad laughed at him when he said that, so I'd like to see how this fight plans out tomorrow.
He laughed at him at the launch press conference. Yeah. He couldn't stop laughing. Yeah. He had to be told, stop laughing, we need to ask you another question. Fascinating fight tomorrow evening, the heavyweight debut of Lawrence Okolie.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the British Commonwealth and WBO International Lightweight Championships. First, let's welcome to the scale the challenger from Cromer, England. His professional record consists of 29 wins, 4 defeats, 2 draws,
Well, here comes Ryan Walsh. He is stubborn, he is consistent, and he is determined to dethrone Sam Noakes tomorrow evening. He has had an aura about him in the build-up to this fight.
A real veteran of the game who doesn't seem like he wants to give up at any time soon. Great shape. $
134.7 for Iron Ryan Walsh.
And no surprises there, Ryan Walsh makes weight.
Now we will welcome to the scale the defending champion from Maidstone, Kent, England, undefeated with 15 wins. 14 of those 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Tomorrow night, he is the reigning and defending British, Commonwealth, and WBO International Champion, Sam Noakes.
Well, here is Sam Noakes, one of the emerging stars in world boxing, unbeaten, but in with the toughest test of his career tomorrow night.
134.7 for the undefeated defending champion, Sam Noakes.
How did they both look on the scales to you?
I thought they both looked great. I think it's experienced first youth and it's guaranteed fireworks.
Well, Ryan Walsh said he's the best old fighter in the game and Sam Noakes might be the best young fighter in the game.
It's very true.
And Frank Warren chimed in and said, I'm the best old promoter in the game. It was good chat.
And we're the best twins in the game.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You can see Ryan Walsh now. Sam Noakes emerging as well. Ryan Walsh for so long was featherweight champion.
These two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest for the British, Commonwealth, and WBO International Lightweight Championships.
Well, Sam Noakes has proved to be somewhat of a wrecking ball at lightweight, but Ryan Walsh just doesn't get wrecked, won't go away, and this is a fascinating style matchup. Ryan Walsh has that momentum of a first-round win over Reece Mould. Sam Noakes has the momentum of 15 wins in a row.
They're going to get straight into it. There's going to be no messing about tomorrow.
Could well be fight of the night. Sam Noakes, Ryan Walsh tomorrow evening live on TNT Sports.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the British, WBA Continental, WBO International, and vacant European Middleweight Championships. Let's first welcome to the scale from Battersea, London, England. His professional record consists of 20 wins, 3 defeats, 1 draw. 17 of those 20 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former British champion and world title challenger and the reigning and defending WBO International Champion, Denzel Bentley.
Well, here's the former two-time British champion, European title on the line, and a world shot title on the line.
158.7 for Denzel Bentley.
Never any doubt.
Easy
Now
work.
to the scale from Newquay, Cornwall, England. His professional record consists of 19 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw, 11 wins, coming by way of knockout. Tomorrow night, the reigning and defending British and WBA Continental Champion, Brad the Newquay Bomb Pauls.
Well, this is the first defence of Brad Paul's crown.
159.7 for Brad the Newquay Bomb Pauls.
And we have a fight, gentlemen. Your gym mate, stablemate Denzel Bentley challenging to become a 3-time British champion against a very, very tough game, Brad Pauls.
Definitely, and I think it's a great
These
British
two
wrestler.
competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest for the British, WBA Continental, WBO International, and vacant European Middleweight Championships.
So much on the line. There is that British title held by Brad Pauls. There's a European title on the line. It's number 1 versus number 2 with the WBO. The winner of this will get a world title shot. This means everything. Brad Pauls, Denzel Bentley. You can see it in their eyes.
Call me biased, but Denzel is looking in serious shape.
As is Brad Pauls, who is still remaining on the stage here to get a few extra snaps. That British title looks good, the Lord Lonsdale belt.
And if anyone is in a championship fight, we ask you to please join us in the rules meeting on the left side of the stage. Thank you.
Goodness me. Okay, so they've all weighed in. We've seen it now. Give me your initial thoughts. I know you're big on your Denzel Bentley, both of you. He's your mate, but he looked good, he looked relaxed to you?
Yeah, he looks good, looks relaxed. So does Paul, to be fair. This is, like he keeps saying, this is his third headline event now. So I believe it's going to be a cracker tomorrow.
Can you take anything away from, I don't know, the face-off, the way they make weight? Both look good up there to me, Cole.
Do you know what? They both look good. They both look healthy. They both look ready. And I said that these two are both. It's a British domestic dust-up, one of the best there is. And I think whoever wins this rightly deserves world honours.
Well, I think we're there. So they're number one, the number two with the WBO. Denzel Bentley currently number one, Brad Pauls number two, and Frank Warren's made it pretty clear in the build-up to this. The winner will get a world title shot. One thing we know is that the winner will also be a European champion. The stakes are high.
It's massive. You don't get any bigger than this. This is the biggest shot for both of them now, to win this and then go on to world honours and push their career onto the next level and make life-changing money, take them belts home to their family and leave a legacy.
100%. I love Ryan Walsh up there, by the way, for his getting on the scales. He had like a toothpick or a lollipop or something in his mouth. He just looked like the coolest guy in the room.
Look, you can see in his attitude, in his sort of aura, that he's up for this. He's not come here to roll over and get a payday. He wants to win, and he's going to give it everything tomorrow. And I think that's what makes it so exciting.
And he is very experienced. Like he keeps saying, he has done this over and over again. So you can see how relaxed he is. You can see the experience coming out of him, and he's ready to fight. Sam's ready to fight. It's going to be another cracker.
And for the majority of Ryan Walsh's career, he was at featherweight. He was a long-reigning British featherweight champion. It's only in later years he's gone up to 135, so he's probably enjoying that extra weight.
I would say so. He looked healthy up there. He didn't look like he was rushing over to get any drinks or anything. So yeah, he looks healthy, he looks lean. It's going to be a good fight.
Sam Noakes has had this look about him this week, though. Even at the press conference yesterday, there was a moment, I was hosting it, sort of in the middle, where Sam Noakes was just staring at Ryan Walsh. I have never seen him look at someone the way he's looked at Ryan Walsh in the build-up to this fight.
Well, I think he knows himself what's ahead and the fight he's got. He knows that Ryan's up for this fight. He knows that it ain't going to be a walk in the park. So I'm sure he's ready for it. He looks in great shape. The size difference, Sam is a lot bigger than him, which I didn't realise until they went head-to-head there. Whether that will play a part in, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be a long-range fight. If I'm honest, I think they're going to meet in the middle and they're going to stay there. But yeah, whatever happens, I'm sure it's going to be exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I love that, because actually yesterday at the press conference, Ryan Walsh said, I don't want to know the referee, and that referee better not know me. So we know what Ryan Walsh wants to do. He wants to be able to do his thing in there. Yeah. And I think Sam Noakes is the same. They don't want to even see the ref.
Can you imagine Sam Noakes holding?
Absolutely.
Because I can't. I can see them punching, and I don't. Whoever gets hit first will be going down.
Oh, you've built that up very nicely. I'll tell you what else got me excited up there. David Adeleye looked so hyped.
He is so excited.
Yes.
I ain't seen him this excited. He is so up for this fight. Having coming off a loss like he did, coming back in the gym, he must be, to come into such a big opportunity again, he must be just oozing of wanting to get back there and prove himself again. So yeah, he is. I've never seen him up for a fight like this.
He was bouncing, even when Sol Dacres was trying to get up on the scales. Adeleye was on the side, sort of.
I think if he heard a bell, then he would have went.
I think so as well. And Sol Dacres was cool. This is what we expect from Sol. He keeps the same sort of demeanour. He doesn't really rise to anything, doesn't lower to anything. No. He's just Sol, right?
Yeah, he's cool, calm, and collective with Solomon. Like I said before, I think his boxer versus puncher. I think it's really exciting. Again, we know what Adeleye's going to bring. We know what Solomon's going to bring, and I think again it's a guaranteed brilliant fight to watch.
Another story from all of that was the heavyweight debut of Lawrence Okolie. We've seen him now on the scales for the first time as a heavyweight. The weight that he came in at, he had trousers on, I think he had trainers on as well, just over 260 pounds. What do we make of Lawrence Okolie on the scales?
He looked big. He looked big. That was the first thing I realised, is how big he looks. Look, Carl knows, being on GB with him, he's mixing with these big boys his whole life. This isn't going to be nothing new to him. But the weight is going to be new to him. Like he said to us earlier, this is a career heaviest for him. You can see it's a career heaviest for him. So seeing tomorrow and seeing how he performs under that weight, that's the difference.
Well, he did say, because we had a chat with him earlier, he was saying, see if you can guess my weight. I went lower than that. Yeah. But he said it would be around 260. But he does say he probably wants to lean a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think him going straight into a fight as a heavyweight, a big fight, it's all learning in the game. Moving up to heavyweight, I'm sure he's eating what he wants, and there's a time where he's going to have to adjust and go, right, I have to still have a little bit of discipline. I might have to lose a few kilos even though I don't have to.
I'm fascinated though, because one thing he always had at the lower weights was a massive punch, and that massive punch with added weight could do a lot of damage to a lot of heavyweights.
Yeah, but he's going to carry that power right through to heavyweight. I don't think you're going to see people taking his punch any different than he did at cruiser. So I think
if anything, it could be worse.
Yeah.
And he'll probably trust himself more in terms of his durability. Having that extra weight, he can probably take a shot better, right?
Well, I think at cruiser and Bridger, they might be a little bit more agile, a little bit more quicker with the feet. I think at heavyweight, if they're a little bit more slower, Lawrence is going to land a little bit easier, and it might be a little bit easier to hit. And I think that's only going to spell one thing for him.
I love it. That's a fascinating heavyweight debut of Lawrence Okolie tomorrow evening. Let's just rattle through a couple of the others on there. Of course, Magic Matthew Rennie, Sean Noakes. Sean Noakes seems in good spirits. He's been, every time he walks past, he sort of digs me in the ribs or half tickles me. He seems ready to go.
Them boys have got great attitude, don't they? I love the Noakes brothers. They're always smiling, they're always ready for a joke. They carry that right through to right before the fight, I'm pretty sure. The Noakes brothers, one thing you can guarantee with them two, they're going to come to fight. They give 100% in training. I see their stuff, and it's going to be another cracker.
Well, let me get your thoughts on this. So, for the first time since 2013, the Noakes brothers are sharing a bill. You've shared a bill together before. Congratulations, you both won. You're both unbeaten. But what sort of effect does that have on the dressing room? A happy fighter going back, I don't know who boxed first out of you two, surely lifts you both if a happy fighter goes back, right?
I'll let you give it.
He boxed first on our double card, and for me there was the nerves, but I think it's important you have to stay focused. Even though he's your brother, you have to think it's a selfish game, boxing, and you have to think of yourself. I went out there and watched him fight, and then we have spoke about this, and if I was to ever fight again, I wouldn't do that. I'd stay backstage because it took a little bit out of me.
Yeah, luckily I did get a knockout in about 30 seconds, so we weren't out there too long.
Yeah.
But I think if it was a long fight and a hard fight, the best thing to do is sit back, go to change and relax and focus on yourself. And I'm pretty sure that's what they'll be doing. They've both got big fights ahead of them, so you've just got to relax and focus on yourself. As much as you're excited and nervous, you've got to block that out, just like you do with everything else. Tunnel vision.
Must be difficult though, because I've seen various versions of this. I've seen the Smith brothers, where I've seen one Smith getting knocked out and the other Smith watching backstage, being very upset with what's just happened. If something bad happens to a brother, if he loses, it can have an effect as well, right?
Of course, again though, it's about being disciplined and being tunnel visioned.
We've seen that with the Tama brothers as well, didn't we? Where the younger one, the older one lost, and the other one was the heavyweight was having his debut, and he was pretty upset. But again, he composed himself, he got the job done, and then he dealt with his feelings after.
100%. Carl, thank you. You've been great. Well done. Let's fist bump that. Ben, you've been great as well. The failed twins. Well done. You're going to do this again, this commentary stuff?
Invite us back.
Well, actually, you're doing the live stream tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, it's been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to watching the show.
Good stuff. The Fail Twins. Tomorrow night, they'll be on the live stream on the Queensbury YouTube channel, and then, of course, 6 o'clock TNT Sports. the Magnificent Seven. What a magnificent main event. Brad Pauls defending his British title against the former two-time British middleweight champion in Denzel Bentley. We know what's on the line. A European title, a shot at the world title awaits the winner. So many intriguing storylines. Lawrence Okole's heavyweight debut. Dacres versus Adeleye. So much to look forward to tomorrow evening. We'll see you then.